Glenn Anderson. Everything is always your fault. It always comes back to your responsibility. If this is the group mindset or culture within Scientology, how would you square it with the decline of the church vis-a-vis David Miscavige? At what point will he be forced to accept that the decline is happening on his watch and that he, as supreme leader, is ultimately responsible for it? Maybe another way to put it is, when will DM realize that he has pulled in what has been happening to Scientology over the past 6 or 8 years? Exodus of top leaders, growing number of critics, decline in membership. Isn't he ultimately responsible? What is not generally being recognized in the context of this question is that David Miscavige and L. Ron Hubbard before him were infallible. Their will, what they want done is called command intention. And it's everybody else's job under them to follow command intention and get it done. So David Miscavige is not responsible for any failure of any kind because he's infallible. And nothing he says or does could be possibly wrong. And he's not going to accept the burden of responsibility for Scientology's declining numbers or, PR foot bullets or any of that stuff, because he can always have somebody below him that he can blame for that. The blame game in Scientology, the responsibility that you're always responsible for your own condition, is a mental control mechanism that's used in Scientology to keep people constantly on their toes, constantly on pins and needles, and under threat or duress of punishment at any time. It's not, a point that David Miscavige is ever going to be held to, because nobody's ever going to look at David Miscavige and go, within the bubble world, and look at him and say, hey, dear leader, your leadership sucks because look at what's happening. And Scientology is going downhill and it's all on you. No one's ever going to say that to David Miscavige, not and get away with it. Instead, he's the one who says that to his juniors, and they push it down the line to their juniors, and so on and so on and so on down the line. And so it's all the lesser people below the leadership that are subjected to that treatment. So that's how that works. And you will never, ever see Hubbard or Miscavige blamed for any of Scientology's ills.